the last thing I'm going to mention before we get into the questions is mindset. Mindset is probably the most important thing going into a job search. And I'm going to acknowledge right off the top that right now our mindset has already been impacted by the pandemic. So not only are you thinking about going into a job search, which even for the best of people is a challenge. Like it's just, you're putting yourself out there. You are potentially going to be rejected, likely going to be rejected for certain jobs, likely going to be in interview situations where maybe you don't get the job or you apply and you don't get the interview. It's already really hard. And then we're talking about doing that during a pandemic when everybody's feeling a little bit less than right now. But your mindset is probably the number one thing that will actually secure your position. And here's why. Your mindset matters when it comes to taking action in terms of like actually working and getting yourself through a career planning process like today, showing up, answering the questions, taking all the steps to get yourself ready, looking for positions, networking. Your mindset is the number one thing that drives whether you take action and how you take action. Your mindset is saying there's no jobs, there's nothing out there for me. I'm not worthy. I can guarantee you that the actions will flow from that. So your mindset matters, and we know that it's challenged. So given that, what would I recommend as somebody who coaches people every single day on this stuff? I would recommend that you train your brain. So training your mind, training your brain, training your mind and your mindset to actually go into this. You want to do this. These are my 3 hot tips for your mindset. Okay. Because I realize that I don't have a lot of time to do all the coaching I would normally do. But I was thinking, what could I tell these people in like 3 hot tips? 3 hot tips to train your brain to actually get through a job search and really show up in the way we want you to show up, the way you want to show up. Number 1 is focus in on your abundance. And these are all tips that are really great during the pandemic too. I've been needing to rely on these. Number 1 is focus on the abundance. What do you have? What are you grateful for? What do you know you can bring this world? What do you know that you can offer? Focus on that. Your brain's going to want to focus on like all the things that you don't have, that aren't happening, and there's a lot to focus on this right now with the pandemic, but you want to actually focus in on the abundance. So that's number 1, gratitude for what you have. Number 2 is focus on that there are opportunities. So don't look at the paper and all the millions of jobs that are being lost. I mean, that is not going to train your brain anywhere near the right way. There are opportunities out there. If you just go to any job board, you're going to see there's lots. There's actually hundreds of thousands of opportunities being noticed right now. It's not as many as normal, but you don't need 100,000 jobs. You need one job. You need one job. So focus on where the opportunities are and just notice that there is opportunity. So next week would be a good one for your mindset because you're going to see there is things happening. And then the third is focus only on the day in front of you or maybe the week ahead of you. Don't think about, oh, am I going to find a job? That doesn't help your brain. It's sort of like, what can I do right now? I can join this online workshop and I can answer these questions and I can take action. So we are going to be constantly focused on what are the specific actions that you can take. And if you just focus on those, your brain will be very glad that you made that progress, and taking all these actions collectively will equal, hopefully that next job. But focusing on this question, I'm going to find a job, that doesn't help. Okay, so mindset matters. We're not going to spend a lot of time in this series on mindset. We do want in our regular coaching business, but just take those 3 and try to internalize them and put them to work.